Hello, this is Benjamin with ARI, your website company. The point of this video will be to illustrate how to create a featured group and then how to add that featured group to its own dedicated page. For this, we'll start by going into our left-hand menu and hovering our mouse over Configuration. Then in that Configuration drop-down menu, we'll click on the second to last option that says E-commerce. Once our e-commerce integration dashboard loads, we'll go into the center of the menu at the top of the screen and click on the small right arrow to the right of Web Store. When it drops down, from the Marketing and Promotions section of the menu, we'll click on Feature Groups. For today, we're going to go ahead and create a group called Can-Am Windshields. And we'll go Create New. Now that we've got it created, our next step is to actually add some product to this Can-Am Windshields feature group. We'll exit out of this menu, and again, we'll go up to Web Store and click on Web Store, but this time underneath the Catalog Management section of the submenu, we'll click on Products. Once that product menu comes up, the first thing that we're going to do is filter to the correct manufacturer. Here we can see the second one down from Catalog, we have Manufacturer Group. So we'll start to put in Can-Am. And we can see there it is. So we'll select Can-Am and Submit. And it pulls up only Can-Am parts. Now we'll go into Filter by Category to find specifically windshields. The first folder that always pops up by default is Parts. We'll start by clicking on Parts. Then 1, 2, 3, fourth one down is Windshield. We'll go over to the right, and since the category that we want to look in is Windshield, we'll click on Select to the right, and it pulls up all parts related to windshields. We'll go ahead and add a few windshield wipers and a couple of windshield, both plastic and hard glass into here. So let's go with a windshield kit that we see first, because that's one of the hot ticket items. Let's go with a glass windshield. We'll hold down the Control key so we can select multiple. We'll go with tinted half windshield, high windshield kits, and the windshield for Maverick. We'll then go above that list where we've selected those items and click on Group. This will display all of your known groups when you click on the menu underneath Feature Group. We only have one, so that makes it easy. We'll click on Can-Am Windshields. Remove existing associations. Okay, essentially what this will do is if we had another group in which some of these parts were featured in that we have selected in the menu behind this pop-up, it would automatically take out those parts from any other feature group that we may have put them in. That way you don't get doubled up parts in multiple groups. However, if that's what you want and you want to have some redundancy, simply don't click the yes before you hit save. And it says your requests have been processed. Awesome. Now what we have to do is create our own dedicated page for this feature group to be shown on. So for this, we'll go into our left-hand menu and hover our mouse over Site, and then click into our first submenu option, Pages. Once we get into Pages, we'll see a menu appear here with the names of all the pages that are currently on our site. At the top of this next page, called Page List, since we don't want to edit any of the current pages that are on the site and we want to create our own custom one, we'll click on Add Page. Now we'll go down and rename the page, first on the page title, and we're going to go ahead and name it the exact same thing, Can-Am Page Windshields. Replace the HTML title tag text with Can-Am Windshields. And then down here, we're actually going to have to type it in by hand in all lowercase, because now we're going from regular text to HTML. So we'll go Can-Am -am, and windshields. Now let's see if it'll let us save it. We'll click on the green save up top. Perfect. Now we have to actually create a place on the page in which this feature group can display. For this, we'll go back to our dashboard. And then on the dashboard, we're going to be looking for a square menu titled Sites. We'll scroll down in this first column to the left till we see a box labeled Sites. Within Sites, we'll click on Layouts. We're going to go to the internal page layout. Now we're going to go into Main Content and then Individual Components below Page Assets. We'll scroll down, and since what we're looking for is not currently in here, we'll go ahead and click on Add Element. We'll scroll down, and what we're looking for is PSS Component. Go to PSS Component and expand the menu. We'll go ahead and create a brand new one. So Add, select the only version available, and Add. And we'll click on this new one. Awesome. Now that that's been added, we actually have to set to go to that new Can-Am windshields. So we'll click on the one that says No Title and PSS Component, and we'll click on Edit Configuration. Component title, we'll call it the exact same thing that we've done up till now, so Can-Am windshields. Let's add a page rule to the template. We only want this to appear on Can-Am windshields. And our legacy rule section is already set by default to main content. We'll save and exit. Now we'll go into main content once again. And this time we're going to go to individual components above page assets. And we'll click on Add Element. And we'll scroll down till we see the PSS Featured Groups component. And we'll add one. Once again, choose the only version available and Add. We'll click on this one that says No Title to add it. And now we'll go down to the one that says No Title and PSS Feature Groups component. And Edit Configuration. Component title, once again, we're going to call this the exact same thing. And feature group name, exact same thing. Add a page rule to our template. We're going to go ahead and put this on the Can-Am windshields once again. And again, we can leave this legacy rules alone. We'll hit Save and Exit. Now we'll scroll down and we can see that our special save, our publish appearance settings, has lit up. So we'll click there. Now that all of our changes have been successfully saved to the editor, we'll go into the upper right-hand corner, click on the name of our business, and run that Publish Changes. Now we'll open up our site. And once our new site loads, we're going to see if this feature group displays on the correct page. So in my top address bar, even though you cannot see it, after the .com, all I'm doing is typing in / and Can-Am windshields. And we'll hit enter on our keyboard. And it may take a moment to load. And then we have our Can-Am replacement windshields. We'll drop back to our editor and back to our dashboard. And this has been Benjamin with ARI, your website company, going over how to add featured groups to your e-commerce integration and then displaying their them on their own dedicated page on your site. Thank you.